Morning, Daggers. I've brought you here today to show you I think it's an absolutely fantastic little place. It's run by a charity called Henshaws. It's the Henshaws Arts and Crafts Centre. Does a lot more. To try and explain it, it's an organisation that deals with people who now I've got to be careful here getting the wording right because I always make a mistake, politically correct and all this sort of thing. It's all sorts of disabilities. It's visually impaired, hearing impediment, speech impediment. I think I got it all right. Down syndrome, all sorts of all the syndrome things. It deals with everything, and it really is quite fantastic. I can definitely recommend coming here. I'll take you around all the gardens and all the little workshops and everything on the way around. But just keep it on your list of places to come to. There's a lovely cafe as well. Gardens, loads for the kids to do. It's all based on from adults right down to the smallest of children that have disabilities. And to give you just have a little look at just in the entrance here, I'll just swing the camera around hopefully and that's good. Right, I can't zoom in, but if you can see on the wall there, there's all the senses, the eyes, the sense of smell, the hearing, taste, and this is all to do with children that basically their needs, teaching new skills basically to I had to go the wrong way. Teaching new skills to do with life. So we'll go and have a further look around, and definitely keep this place in mind. It really is fantastic. I'm in the depths of winter here. It's nothing like this in summer. It's buzzing with people, but you're still getting the idea that everything's still open as such. So we'll have a little look around, and then I can try and I know it's not a true vision of it because it's winter, but hopefully I can give you a little insight into what it's all about. Yeah, I'm just here in the first of many of these little, made up like little courtyards that there are here. And you can see over there, there's it's just a little play area in the middle of this kind of courtyard. But looking around the other side there, you've got various players doing little bits of joiner work for children, both for children and adults with disabilities, and also workshops for clay. There's gardens and planting out of plants and this, that and the other, and there's some just in the corner there. And panning around, then we come around here, and there's obviously disabled toilets and everything, coffee shop, and a little workshop here. There's nobody in there at the minute, but I'm only very early in the morning, and they've got little chairs there with little decorated chairs and such that the kids have made. And yeah, it's a shame that it's not buzzing with people, but it's probably in a way that's probably a good thing, just to give you this little footballs for kids to play with. And it's just a little nice, quiet, very quiet today area. They'll play, and we'll move through to the second little courtyard, if we're calling it that, and we'll see a bit more. I know this isn't the greatest taste of bringing you here, but I'm hoping it'll give you a sense of when it's a nice sunny day and how beautiful this place is. I'm in the second part of the courtyards, and this is all if you see behind there's like a staged area, which is for the kids. They'll get them performing on when through the day. I'll try and explain a bit more about that later. You can see that in the corner there is a workshop there that deals with the kids can get dressed up in all sorts of there can be anything they want to be, basically. And there's outfits for all sorts of things. They get all dressed up and on lovely sunny days come and sit out here with their families, and the attention by the staff and everything is absolutely fantastic. Moving on from there, I'll just try and pan round nice and gentle. There's like a clothes workshop. It teaches people how to make clothes, design their own clothes. You know, it's kids just if they just want to stitch and make little, I don't know, puppet mouses or something like that. There's all sorts goes on inside this building. It's really, really interesting to watch people hands-on, and there is people in there at the moment. I did notice when I went past there was some children with Down syndrome that were in there making and designing their own costumes. Then there's a little bit of an art workshop just on the end there, and then panning around, not quite sure what's going on. There is a cafe there, we'll bring you round, and then try and get around again. There's the gardens, we'll go down there later. There's a little kiddies fast food shop thing. There's loads and loads of these little carvings all over the place, these little totem poles for the kids to play on. And it's a shame, like I say, if it had been a lovely sunny day, how much better this is. There is, I do know what that area across there in the corner is for. It's for teaching kids, well, basically to use musical instruments. So yeah, they go in there, and I've done this myself with my daughter. Is the wind's blowing out. I don't want it to spoil the sound. Yeah, my daughter is visually impaired, and she came with a load of children that were all had different disabilities, all to do with, now I've got to get this right, speech impediment, hearing impediment, right, I believe that. If I'm wrong, you'll all be complaining, I know. So it's like a little classroom in there, and they give them all these, we might get a chance to win there later, they give them all these like little drums and little like African instruments that they can bang on. They give them a flip-flop to hit the drums with and stuff like that. And you first go in there on a morning, and it's absolutely the noise and the performance. You've got to remember these kids, they've never tried anything like this before, and it's unbelievable mayhem. But the teachers are absolutely brilliant how they all can, even though people can't hear, people can't see, all these different impediments they've got, and they get them all together as a group. And by the end of the day, the last workshop of the day, they actually do a performance. And I consider myself a very mentally and physically hard man, but I defy anybody to sit there and listen to these children after they've learned how to play these instruments. It really is fantastic. And you'll sit there with the biggest lump in your throat, you won't dare try and speak. It is so good that they've managed to teach these children in such a short period of time how to organise themselves, and the music is beautiful. And I defy anybody to sit there and not shed a dark tear. Anyway, that's enough about that. Yeah, I just want to show you this little area. We're now in the horticultural workshops. So yeah, they teach people. You can see the planting out there. I've just been talking to that man. We've just been talking about the Queen's Garden, and it was all about But he's enjoyed himself, it's a lovely time. The staff are just inside that, they're planting out some stuff inside there at England workshops. I don't know. And this carries on all the way around the corner. There's quite a lot of this. If you're into plants and flowers, this in the springtime, summer is absolutely burst into the seams for plants. Unfortunately, we're in February, so there isn't a great deal going on. But yeah, this is the horticultural workshops. And I think you can hear in the background that one of the music workshops is behind it. You can hear people singing and playing guitars back there. And yeah, like I say, every disability is virtually covered here. And we'll move on. Yeah, just another little video here. It's February and there isn't much going on, but actually this is the assembly point for the wheelchairs to go around. You can walk around, you don't need to be in a wheelchair, but this is assembly point for the wheelchairs. If you're a wheelchair user or the children or whatever, it's the gateway takes you into the magic gardens. It's unbelievable. Kids love it. It's all full of all sorts of strange and wonderful bits of scenery and little animals and all sorts. I can't take it round, but take it from me, it's great for the kids. This actually used to be where all these pipes are coming from. It used to be like waterfall, and that used to be all full of clear carp, but obviously there must be a bit of an issue with health and safety. Now it's been filled in, and it's now just another little garden. But this one used to be absolutely fantastic to look at. Yeah, and just behind me, I'll try and turn around without shutting down, because whoever's going to edit this is going to play hell about the amount of times I've stopped and started videos. Yeah, there's a little house here, and it's the same thing. There's little teddy bears on it. You can get into it, and it's all got just some more workshops behind me. But it's all like hidden gardens, and it's a beautiful little place. And there's a little barbecue, you can sit and have a little barbecue. And crazy, absolutely crazy place. Brilliant. Nah, I'm going to make a little videos as I go along. It seems to come out. Oh, lovely. There's a little gardening boy. I've been having a chat with him about his gardens and that. Yeah, just lovely views. Still in the horticultural area. And it's all, you can see like all the little gates bursting into little gardens and all this, what do they call it? Well, this has all been done by I don't know, students, whatever. Yeah, I've just been talking to somebody in a wheelchair there, pushing somebody along. I'm not going to go into any what disorders and what disorders they have. But yeah, there's something for everybody.